It is 2019 and somehow people are unaware that wearing blackface is offensive. According to a poll conducted by the U.S. think tank Pew Research Center, 15% of respondents said wearing blackface is acceptable for Halloween, while a further 19% said it is sometimes acceptable. From governors to teachers, every month a story comes out about someone donning blackface. I don't care if it's for a costume or whatever the case is. Wearing blackface is absolutely wrong because of its racist origins, the damage it does to the black image, and here's why. According to Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture, blackface began in the 19th century. During shows, white performers darkened their skin with polish and cork, put on tattered clothing, and exaggerated their features to look stereotypically black. The same stereotypes that stigmatize the black community till this day, such as claiming black men to being lazy, dumb, or criminals. Black women were also being stereotyped for the mammy portrayal to being hypersexual. Blackface would be used as entertainment for whites, but for us, it was anything but. David Leonard, a professor or comparative ethnic studies and American studies at Washington State University, speaks on blackface, saying it allows a society to routinely and historically imagine African Americans as not fully human. It serves to rationalize violence and Jim Crow segregation. Blackface was an essential part of the most racist film of all time, Birth of a Nation. Birth of a Nation was Hollywood's first blockbuster about the two families prior, during, and after the Civil War. In The Birth of a Nation, blackface characters were seen as unscrupulous and rapists, and the KKK were seen as heroes. There is no excuse for being ignorant of the racism of blackface. If I presented the concept to a 3-year-old, they would understand it. So you think that a grown man would? Just this past week, a high school teacher who wore a blackface to school for Halloween was suspended, according to officials at California's Milpitas Unified School District. A video on Twitter showed the teacher rapping as he stood at the front of this classroom donning blackface. He was apparently attempting to imitate the rapper Common. Even politicians don't seem to have any common sense, as last year, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam and the state attorney general Mark Herring both admitted to wearing blackface costumes as young men.
And a South Bay teacher on leave tonight for an astonishing choice of Halloween attire. Good evening, I'm Brian Hackney.
And I'm Juliette Goodrich. Video posted to Twitter appears to show a teacher in front of the class rapping out a lesson in blackface.
Millions of people, not enough to eat. What will we do? With AI, Microsoft technology, the future is up to you.
This apparently happened at Milpitas High School back on Halloween. The person who posted the video wrote that the educator is white. The school and the district sent out a joint statement today saying, in a school community where we welcome learners and families who represent cultures and religions throughout the world, it hurts to know that this type of cultural insensitivity and lack of cultural awareness still hovers in the background. The school board president also sent out a statement saying, as an African-American man, the history of blackface reminds me of the cruelty, hatred, and fear my parents and people of African ancestry have dealt with in the past and still experience today around the world. The actions were inappropriate, unprofessional, and insensitive, and I've asked the superintendent to ensure an immediate investigation is conducted.